Welcome to Rebecca's Reading Room and the podcast, Faust, Unraveling the Great Enigma. This is a place where books are not hurried and conversations are allowed to unfold slowly, where we read not to conquer a text, but to live alongside it for a while. Today, I'd like to introduce someone who has already been walking quietly beside our Faust journey. Eglund recently joined me on my podcast, Tea, Toast, and Trivia, and from that conversation grew something deeper, a shared way of approaching Faust, not as a problem to solve, but as a lifelong companion. As we continue Faust, unraveling the great enigma, Eglund will be our guide. Not a guide who tells us what to think, but one who helps us stay with the questions, who understands that Faust is less about answers and more about orientation. Not long ago, I received a thoughtful email from him. It wasn't an interpretation or argument. It was a reminder, quiet, steady, and deeply human, of what Faust is really about. At its core, Faust is not a story of despair. It is a work that insists on hope. Not the loud kind of hope, not certainty or resolution, but the kind of hope that endures through experience. That feels especially important as we move through our own lives, through changing seasons, unexpected events, and the books that meet us exactly when we are ready for them. None of us knows what this year will ask of us or what it will give in return. But Faust reminds us that striving, questioning, and continuing are not signs of failure. They are signs of being alive. This is why we are choosing to read Faust slowly, not to finish it, not to master it, but to let it walk beside us. In this reading room and podcast, we believe that books can be companions, that they can help us hold complexity without rushing towards certainty. Faust understands the unfinished nature of being human, and it meets us there without judgment. So whether you are new to Faust, returning to it, or simply curious, you are welcome here. You don't need prior knowledge. You don't need to read ahead. You only need a willingness to stay with a question. As we continue this journey with Eglund as our guide and with conversation as our compass, I invite you to settle in, pour a cup of tea, take a breath. The reading room is open, and Faust is waiting. This is Rebecca Budd, and this is Faust, Unraveling the Great Enigma.